Hey guys, Pulse here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Master video, and today we're gonna go over all the new, sync pairs that are coming out soon-ish. And when I say soon-ish, and we're talking about Lance, that's actually really soon. Lance is actually just coming out in a few days. In fact, Lance, let me see, when is Lance coming out? Lance is coming out on December the 26th, so that's what, literally like in 2 days. December 26th. 10 p.m. PST. So that's that's Thursday. It's coming out on Thursday. So Lance is coming out really soon, and let's go over them. So first of all, before I get to Lance, I think I already went through all the other new sync pairs. Solgaleo, Leaf and Eevee, Ethan and Typhlosion, and Cynthia and Garchomp. So, check out all those videos on my channel. Subscribe to get all those videos and stuff. Turn on notifications, all that good stuff. And check them out. They're all pretty interesting. We're in a really hype area for Pokemon Masters. That's for sure. So, anyways, to round everything up, we got Lance and Dragonite. So Lance and Dragonite, a lot of people are saying he's kind of low-key trash, and I tend to agree with the general sentiment that Lance isn't that great, but I don't think it's as bad as people make him out to be. So let's just go over all this stuff first, and then we'll talk about it. Lance is a Dragon-type striker. It's got both physical and special attack strike moves. And also, its physical and special attack stats are insane, by the way. So, it's weak to ice, which makes sense, right? So, its stats: HP 516, physical attack 403, defense 159, special attack 402, special defense 160, speed 241. So, in terms of, let's just talk about the mediocre stats first. HP and speed, not really great. Doesn't matter, right? Actually, HP is not terrible. Well, I'd say it's not terrible for a striker, I guess. But speed is just mediocre, just average. Defense and resistance, not the craziest in the world. It's not terrible, but it's not like Lance. You're not here to, you're not here for your bulk, anyways. You probably would want your bulk on the lower side to begin with, anyway. So it doesn't matter here. So. Actually, Lance might be a special case for a striker. But, anyways, moving on to the good stats. And the good stats are insane. Physical attack, 403. That might be, is that the highest in the game? Oh, no, it's not the highest. It's the second highest physical damage stat in the game. Higher than Lycanroc and lower than Mega Pinsir. For the existing ones, I'm not talking about, not putting the new ones in, which, there are a few really high physical attacking stats, out there, right? But, 403, with the existing sync pairs in the game, it's the second highest in the game. So that's really crazy. And as crazy as that is, its special attack is also insane. So its special attack is, 402? And 402 is the third highest in the game after Mewtwo, right? Higher than Mega Gengar, higher than Mega Houndoom, regular Pidgeot, lower only to Mega Pidgeot and Mewtwo. So this guy's offensive stats are absolutely off the charts. They're pretty insane. So moving on to the moves, and here's where it gets kind of disappointing. When you look at the stats, it's like, holy crap, how could this thing be bad, right? And that's what I thought when I first saw the stats. Didn't see the moves yet. How could this thing be bad? But unfortunately, it has its shortcomings. So let's go over those real fast. So its first move, Dragon Claw, Dragon type, physical, 50 power, 100 accuracy, 2 bars, and it's 2 bars, right? So I guess Dragon Claw might be a lot of folks' main DPS move, and that's kind of disappointing because it's only 50 power for 2 bars, and it's just not that much damage, unfortunately. So You know, it's not your main. It probably is. It probably might just be Lance's main damage outputting move, because like the other high damage move is problematic. So moving on to its second move as potion, that's self-explanatory. You can use it on yourself or your teammates. Recover HP. It's a potion. Everyone knows what a potion does. Moving on to the third attack, Hyper Beam. So this is where it gets kind of screwy. So Hyper Beam, normal, special, 223 power, 90% accuracy, 4 bars. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hyper Beam, like, it's 4 bars. 4 bars is a lot. 4 bars is, honestly, it's a lot, right? So, yeah, like, for 4 bars, you're doing 223 damage, which is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. It is a lot of damage, but 4 bars, it's going to take a while for you to accumulate that. And especially in co-op, especially after the recent changes to co-op, how speed works now, folks with longer bars, move gauge moves, got hurt significantly. You know, a lot of folks with like 3-bar moves got hurt, and now we got our first 4-bar move in Lance and Dragonite, and it's just gonna, it's not pretty. It's not pretty, unfortunately. So, I guess for the most part, you probably will just be DPSing with Dragon Claw, I guess, which is kind of underwhelming. But I mean, it's still not as bad as people say, because if you're just spamming Dragon Claw with like a, 403 physical damage stat, that's still a lot of damage. That's still a lot of damage. And also the biggest, I wouldn't say the biggest problem, but another big problem with Hyper Beam. And by the way, it is normal type, but that's not an issue, because Lance does have a passive, Dragon Shift, which changes normal type moves into Dragon type moves, so that's not an issue. But another issue with Hyper Beam is, aside from the 4 bars thing, yeah, unfortunately, it only has 90% accuracy, which I know it's still really 90% is really, really high. But imagine if you miss on that 10%. Imagine if you miss. That's 4 bars of move gauge gone. If you miss on that, that's gonna be terrible. So that's a big yikes if you ever miss on that Hyper Beam, right? All right, your fourth move, Now or Never. Status: trainer increases the user's move gauge by 6. The user takes damage equal to half of its remaining HP. That's a yikes from me, man. That's a yikes from me. Like, first of all, the +6 move gauge isn't even that big of a deal. And then you're taking half of your HP for that as a penalty. Yeah, I don't think Lance and Dragonite will be really great in co-op. Aside from its own co-op, which there is a, EX Claire coming out, which I guess Dragonite could be used in that one. But yeah, that's not a great move. I guess the biggest problem with Lance and Dragonite, at least my biggest problem, is it's just not self-sustainable. Almost every striker in the game have self-sustainable moves. Either it's X attack, X special attack, dire hit or whatever. It's either it's increasing your offensive stats, right? That's why they make them. A lot of them are really, really good, even if they don't have that many. That great. A lot of great. I guess. Base stats in comparison, right? So, yeah, this is unfortunate, I guess, to say the least. Lance and Dragonite, I mean, again, I still don't think it's as bad as people say it is, just because, sure, it's probably not going to be that useful in co-op, but in single player, if you pair it right, it could be very devastating, right? If you have Rosa and Delibird, just for the move gauge to replenish as quickly as possible. Rosa and Delibird, and they also could buff, regular attack, I guess, if you want. And also Torchic to buff special attack and crit, right, for Lance and Dragonite. You will be very devastating with that Hyper Beam. But otherwise, this thing's going to be really hard to find a use for, man. It's very unfortunate. So it's moving on. Sync move. Its sync move is Unrivaled Outrage. It's Dragon type, physical, 250 power. It's cool, I guess. A lot of damage, but most sync moves are like that. It doesn't do anything else. A lot of sync moves just do 250 power, and then that's it. But moving on to the rest of its passives. Second passive, I still can't pronounce that. Prevents the Pokemon from getting paralyzed, which is nice, I guess. It doesn't really, relate to anything, but it's nice to have. Unflappable prevents the Pokemon from flinching. Also, just a nice passive to have. It's not anything game breaking. It doesn't synergize. It doesn't have any like huge, synergizing plays or whatever. Unlike Leaf and Eevee's passive, right, which is absolutely nuts. But again, overall, Lance and Dragonite, unfortunate. I know a lot of people like Lance and Dragonite. A lot of people are huge fans of the character, right? I like Lance. I don't know about Dragonite. I mean, I don't dislike Dragonite, but not the biggest fan of Dragonite. So there's that. Again, I don't dislike it. I mean, I guess I kind of like it. I use Dragonite a lot in the main series, competitively when it's viable, right? Sometimes, in competitive battles. But aside from that, again, just disappointing, man. It's just disappointing. A lot of people wish Lance was going to be, like the next big thing. A lot of people wish Cynthia was going to be the next big thing, but unfortunately they're not, I guess. But anyways, again, this is still just early judgment. The unit hasn't come out yet. When it comes out, or if I could pull it, we'll then see. We'll test it out and see how good or bad, I guess, it is. So again, I'm still withholding my judgment on this one. I'm not 100% just gonna say, oh, this is crap. I'm gonna, tell people like not to summon for it. Although I would suggest folks not to summon for it because like some of the other units coming out later is just much better. Unfortunately, Lance is the first one to drop, right? I'll probably do a video comparing these four and which ones are more worth summoning. So, if you guys want that, let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about Lance and Dragonite in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video. Subscribe to your channel for all these new Pokemon Masters content. By the way, thank you guys for your support. The channel has been has been growing lately, and that's pretty cool. All thanks to you guys. But again, let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.